Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope your guys' day has been going amazing so far. And I'm going to be making a guide today because I made a YouTube post recently and saw that most people have picked the guide by a long shot, and also in the comment section of my other videos I saw that a lot of other people had also been asking for a guide. So I was like, let me make this the day that I make a guide. It's mainly going to consist of underrated but very important tips that I feel like a lot of people do not adjust enough in their improvement guides. Last note, I made a coaching website called breakthrough.com. You could check it out in the description below if you're interested in my coaching. But yeah, now that I got that out of the way, let's hop straight into the tips. Alright, so my first underrated tip I would say is to play center stage. A lot of people kind of disregard center stage, but I find it to be one of the most important things you could do, because when you have center stage, it allows you to find almost all the options you can on your opponent. Because when you have it, you basically can cover this side, you can also cover this side, and it just poses you as a threat to wherever like the opponent is. Because like, let's say your opponent's on this side of the stage, right? If you're over here, you're not gonna really be able to punish that, but if you're over here, you're gonna be in more of a range to punish it. Center stage allows you to put your opponent at a disadvantage, which will only help you find more hits, and it allows you to be closer to them. So yeah, definitely prioritize center stage in your games, because it's one of those underrated things that people don't really take into consideration when they're moving around. Alright, my second tip is to play as aggro as possible and to pressure your opponent. A lot of people think that you just have to play passive in order to like get to the high elo, and you do to certain extents, but playing aggressive allows you to find most openings on your opponent. Now a lot of people ask, how do you play aggressive? Because I understand it's hard. The way you play aggressive is by getting as close to your opponent as possible without being in your hit range. So for example, like, I don't know, if I give this Rayman gauntlets, I guess, he can't really do much right here, so then I'll space like right here, and then maybe try to anticipate attack or rush in there, see what I can do. And then while spacing as close as I can to him, I'm also going to try to catch his options. So let's say he jumps, try to recovery. If he tries to dodge, try to bait out a dodge by doing a little dash cancel, makes it look like I'm going to attack, and then I can punish. You just want to play hyper aggressive, but you obviously don't want to attack too much to the point where you're just getting punished, but you just want to pressure with movement too. Pressuring with attacks also goes with pressuring with movement, because like, you're not going to really be able to find an attack if you're all the way over here. But if you're like right here, as close to your opponent as possible, you're going to be able to find those attacks. So pairing good movement with good aggression and good timing on your attacks will allow you to find so many more opportunities that most people don't find. Of course, it takes a lot of practice, but with time, you only get better and better. My third tip is to not spam dash movement. A lot of people make the mistake of just doing this around the whole stage, which it doesn't really allow you to have any sense of control. This kind of counteracts the first tip I gave in this video, which was center stage. Like, you want to use your movement just to get as close to your opponent as possible. If you're right here, you're in a good position, because like, if he has unarmed in this instance, he can't really hit me with too many attacks, so like, no reason to like jump into him by doing a dash jump or jump away from him to give him more stage control. You want to just use your movement to get as close to your opponent as possible instead of just dash jumping around the stage, because I know a lot of people kind of just spam dash jumps and stuff, and they wonder why it's so hard to like get a hit on their opponent. It just doesn't allow you to play enough neutral, and it doesn't allow you to have enough control over your opponent. So yeah, just use less dashes and stuff and try to cover more stage. Alright, so my fourth tip is to watch replays. This is definitely one of the most underrated things that's just so important. And also, a lot of people ask the question, how do you replay review? So I wanted to give you like a quick minute overview of how I review my replays and stuff. So like, as you can see here, I just look at where I get attacked a lot. This is the first hit, so it's nothing crazy, but I can see here that I used an unnecessary dash, which caused me to get hit by the end light. So then when I go back into my next match, I can remember that I shouldn't dash into my opponent and be too aggressive. As you can see here, I also overcommitted. I did win this game, by the way, but of course I still make mistakes and stuff, so I overcommitted. So a lot of this is just me overcommitting, and you wanted to keep those like notes and stuff for next time. Like, so just look at the patterns. I'm just gonna wait until I get attacked. See, I ran into that. This is just another problem of overcommitting. When I was off stage and I down there, that was an overcommitment. Here, this was an overcommitment. And then right here, I just used a dash, which is another overcommitment because I didn't need to dash right here. So this is just a little overview of how I review my replays. I see where I'm getting hit and I'm seeing what's causing me to get hit. In this case, it's me using unnecessary movement. And then right here, another overcommitment with the attacks and stuff. So like, think about what you're doing wrong and think about how you can improve that. So I see that I'm clearly overcommitting and doing too many attacks because as you can see, I'm missing a lot of attacks. So what can I do to counteract that? Well, I can attack less and maybe be a tad bit closer to my opponent to allow me to find more hits. So that's just a little example of how to review a replay. You definitely want to look for those patterns where you struggle so you can see what you do wrong and then think of solutions on how to fix that and then implement that into your next game. Also understand that since your solution to your problem is probably going to be something that you've never done before, it's going to feel very awkward at first. So just make sure you understand that like you're going to make a lot of mistakes, but over time you will improve and get better and better with it. My fifth tip to improving is playing reactionary. A lot of people just kind of blindlessly go for dodge reads and stuff, which can cause you to get punished a lot. So it's really important to like try to just play off of your reaction, you know? Like, see right there, I didn't really read him because this bot is on random. I don't know where this bot's gonna dodge. So I just try to react where he's gonna be. And luckily for me, I have pretty decent reaction time, and I know some people will do too. So you definitely want to take advantage of this when you can. If you do not have good reaction time, you can just practice it. You know, like I just have this bot in training. As you can see here, I'm reacting. I have no idea where this bot is gonna dodge because it's dodging on random. So right there, I just do an end light to react. And just, you know, go in training. Oh, I misinputted right there, but just go in training, try to practice reacting to bots dodges and stuff, and this will help you improve your reaction time because like you don't even need to read your opponent half the time. You can kind of just look where they're gonna dodge and then punish it if you're fast enough. Of course, the real place to practice this is probably in game because it's gonna be a lot different because that's just kind of how like all things are. A lot of things are different in training mode versus in game. But yeah, really focus on like looking at your opponent and concentrating on them. That will allow you to find a lot of hits and stuff. And sometimes don't even go for reads. Like sometimes it's better to just do an attack and do nothing after and see what they do next. But yeah, play more reactionary. My sixth tip is to spar people who are better than you. The reason I say this is because sparring people who are better than you puts you in your that does not put you in your comfort zone, which is a good thing, because if you only play in your comfort zone, you're not going to really improve on your mistakes. And a lot of people say that they do not have pros to spar or something, and it's like you don't need pros to spar. All you need is ranked, because ranked gives you people that are actually better than pros to spar, because sparring pros is overwhelming, you know? If the skill gap is really big between you and a pro, it's going to be really hard for you to learn because they're just doing so many things at once that you just don't understand. But in ranked, you can fight people your elo, and then you can like learn a little bit better because it's like more fair. So even if it's just a friend or you playing ranked, sparring people who are better than you will not put you in your comfort zone, which is a good thing. And it'll allow you to like kind of work on what's weak. You can combine that with going to replays to see what you're doing wrong and then implementing that solution to your mistake over time, and then you will see really quick results. I knew after tournaments when I would lose to certain pros, I always went back to replays, which allowed me to get better and better every time, and then I was able to eventually beat people that I wasn't able to before. So it really helped me out. I really recommend it for y'all. I wish I did this more when I was in the lower elos, but I didn't. But yeah. My seventh tip is to understand that losses are not a bad thing. Losses are going to teach you where you go wrong, so it's important to take them as a lesson instead of just kind of like a spiteful thing. A lot of people get angry when they lose to like people lower elo than them, and like you honestly shouldn't be, because it happens to me too. I've lost to like 2400s despite me being 2900. Like, it happens. You will lose to people who are lower elo than you, but that shows that you really do have a weak spot, because if some 2400s or 2000s or whatever elo you are, people lower elo than you are able to win against you, that means that you have a really weak spot. So that's a good chance to go to replays and identify that. And also, you should probably fight against them more. Like, you can learn from basically anyone in this game, because you'll be surprised at how many things people can do and it kind of just works, which shows that you kind of have some weak spots. So like, just understand that when you go into your ranked match and lose, that it's okay to lose and that you're going to lose 1000%, but it's all a part of the learning process. When I was getting up to the position I'm in now, I lost a lot, like a lot, but of course that's normal, and with time it'll help you identify your mistakes and get better. So yeah, go lose more in ranked 1v1 or ranked 2s, whatever you're doing. My last and final tip is to watch pro players online and analyze what they do. So basically, if you play like Noaix or something, go watch like someone like Sandstorm or any other Noaix player and try to see what they do in which you can implement it to your playstyle. I know when I was playing Noaix for my first time, I just watched a lot of Sandstorm. Like, before I even played Noaix, I actually played Giro. So then I used to watch a lot of AO Blue to learn how to play Giro, and it helped me out a little bit, but I decided to switch to Noaix because I had a lot more to learn from. Now, I know for some people who play like really underrated legends, it's going to be really hard to learn from like certain pros and stuff, but you know, that's why you have replays and stuff. But yeah, just try looking on YouTube and watching some pro players play, because in my opinion, that's probably the most effective way to learn, by watching. Because like, there's so many things that you can see that they do that like you probably don't do in your playstyle. So yeah, just watch more pros. Also, make sure you watch pros that have a somewhat similar playstyle to you, because let's say you're learning Val and you're a very aggressive Val player, right? You don't want to watch someone like McD, because yes, he is a very good Val player, but the thing is like his playstyle, it's just almost going to make it impossible for you to learn off of him. Like, you want to watch someone kind of like a similar playstyle to you, and that plays the same legend as you, so you can see like certain like tech that they do or something, or like the way they space around certain attacks and stuff. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed like this guide I made. Let me know if there's anything that I missed that I should have included, and of course what video I should do next, because I do love making these types of videos for y'all. And I'll see you guys later. Have a great one. Peace out.